I tell myself that I did the best I could, I did everything I can, and I come back and try to I try to leave that there and come back here.
It can go from, just kind of being a little bit angry, kind of like having a short temper, to just completely flipping out, killing your family, killing anything that comes around you, just going crazy, to the point to where they end up killing themselves, because there's no way that their mind can handle it.
I had a rifle in my hand in the morning, and I was free on the streets in the United States at night. Something wrong with that picture.
If you've not been there, you have no idea what it's like. I could sit here and talk to you for days, and you still have no idea. Because you don't have the images, you don't have the feeling, you don't have any idea what it's like.
My first day out in the field, I had to kill somebody. My last day in the field, I had to kill 3 guys.
Yes, this is what you're going to see on your first kill, and this is what you need to be prepared for. They can tell you that all they want. You can watch video on it, you can see, but until it's your first one, you don't know how you're going to deal with it, and until it happens.
And kicking the door, and the guy's standing there with a grenade. Try to push everybody back out. Helmet gets blown off. I got just a few pieces of shrapnel in my head and in my spine, and my back. But a couple days later, I was right back out there doing it again.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Day after day, they train. Early morning or night, rain or shine, they train. They run. They do push-ups. They do sit-ups. They do all the physical things anyone training for the military would do. After all, some of these cadets will be on their way to war soon, and these are the preparations for that reality. But can someone really prepare mentally for this?
Come on! Let's get him! Get his off him! Get it off of him.
Some argue there is nothing the military can do to fight the symptoms of PTSD. Some disagree, saying there is preparation to help fight the disorder. Soldiers do all the things necessary to physically train for the most powerful military in the world. But what kind of things, if any, does it do to fight the disorder that develops beneath the surface? The disorder caused by the horrors of war. In Florida, where abuse of the system is worse than anywhere else in the country, the issue is on the forefront as lawmakers try to find the right method for regulating the industry.
Every day you deal with these things. This is not something that people get over. I mean, it's been a year since I've used any kind of opiate medication, and there are days when my brain will just naturally, and it feels so natural to just flip back.
There is a lot of benefit to being a pill mill in the economic sense, in that pill mills typically, for the first place, they dispense the medication. That's where most of their money comes from.
Right towards the end of my addiction, he was holding my son in his arms, and he said he had my prescription of fentanyl. I'm sorry, I get emotional. He had my prescription of fentanyl in his hand, and he had my son in his other hand, and he said, "If you don't stop these, I am taking our son and I am leaving." And I said, "Well, go ahead and go, but leave the prescriptions."
Anytime a law or ordinance is enacted, if there are people with ill intent, they'll find a way to go around that. So they are trying to find loopholes through the legislation and ordinances, and as we locate those, we'll try to address those as well.
Welcome to 100 Acre Wood, a place where animals of all kinds can come to heal from injuries or abandonment. Linda Christian started the nonprofit organization at her home 5 years ago.
The idea is to rescue, rehab, and release.
She medicates the injured ones, recreates environments, and feeds the orphans.
You save is one that didn't, have a slow death. Unfortunately, the success rate is about 30%, but that's 30% better than 100% fatalities where none would make it.
It's an idea that has this rescued bird singing high praises.
While 100 Acre Wood is actually less than 2 acres, it's enough room for Linda Christian and her volunteers to take care of animals of all kinds. Animals that would otherwise have a hard chance of surviving in an increasingly developed world. Reporting for Florida Focus, I'm Priya Jaishankar.
Green Acre Organics in Brooksville, Florida combines tilapia with hydroponics to get aquaponics. It's a new version of sustainable farming that is quickly gaining ground. Green Acre managers Tonya Pennick and Gina Cavaliero are advocates of locally grown food.
One of the greatest advantages with aquaponics is what we grow is 100% organic. In fact, it's even better than organic.
By pumping water from the fish tanks to the plants, the vegetables are able to obtain the nutrients they need to thrive. Strawberries, broccoli, Swiss chard, and other leafy greens take to the water in this aquaponic oasis.
Agribusiness right now has a huge impact on the environment. And if we can do things that'll grow food for our ever-growing population with having a less environmental impact, it's going to be very important for our future.
It's the most organic that you could possibly get in produce, and that's what I like to eat. I don't like to fill myself full of chemicals and any other types of food like that. So, that's a really, really the most important aspect of aquaponics to me, is that it's pure food.
Aquaponics agriculture uses few resources and promotes sustainable practices. It's a movement whose qualities have caused it to take root in communities across the country. It's a movement that the ladies at Green Acre Organics are happy to see grow. I'm Priya Jaishankar reporting for TV News.